Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation first impression on the e.l.f. Cosmetics Flawless Finish foundation. So if you would like to see a 10-hour wear test and a review, please keep watching. So I'm going to start off by prepping my skin with the Flower Beauty Hydrating Primer. And then I'm going to go on top of that with my e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. So while my primer sink into my skin, I just went ahead and went over to the e.l.f. Cosmetics website just so I can read you guys a little bit of information about this foundation. So on their website, you can look up by shade. So if you want fair, light, medium, tan, deep, rich, or you can look up by undertone. So you have cool, neutral, or warm. And then this foundation comes in 40 shades. They also offer a Find My Shade, so you can click on that and you can put in any foundation that you're currently using that you know is a good match for you, and then they will match it with a foundation shade from this. So the details about this foundation, it says our best-selling liquid foundation now in 40 shades. The lightweight oil-free formula blends naturally into skin for a beautiful semi-matte finish that lasts all day long. The liquid formula helps restore uneven skin textures and tones for visibly brighter skin, perfect for all skin types. And then they suggest to use this with either a foundation brush or a sponge. Blend the formula onto the forehead, nose, cheeks, chin, jawline, and upper neck. For a long-lasting performance, apply a primer. For sheer coverage, mix our daily hydration moisturizer with this foundation, or for an added glow, you can use their natural glow lotion with this foundation. This foundation retails for $6 and it has 4 stars out of 2,000 reviews. So as always, I'm going to do one side with a sponge and one side with a brush. I'm just going to shake this up real quick. This bottle is like an acrylic glass. It's not too heavy, but it's like heavy enough. I have the shade Sand. It does have a pump, so that's always a plus. I'm just going to start off with 2 pumps. It does look like it's pretty thick. Might be a little light. We'll see. And then I'm just going to use my damp Morphe sponge to blend it out, or blend it in out. I feel like I could have went up one shade, but I'll just bronze a little bit more. It feels really sticky, and to me it doesn't feel super lightweight. Like, I have other foundations that actually feel really lightweight. This one feels, I don't know, I guess like a normal foundation. What is that? Do you guys see that line right there? Oh my god, I think that's for my self-tanner. I've been using the Saint Tropez face mist, like tanning mist or whatever, and I ran out yesterday, so kind of just like was a mess like all over my face because I was at the very, like literally it was gone, right? And I was trying to make it work, and it looks like there's like a streak on my face that is from the tanner, so that's nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and just build this foundation up to full coverage, even though I feel like that tan line is gonna not cover. So this is what 2 pumps looks like. I think this is pretty much full coverage. I think it looks really nice. It does look like a satin matte to me. I could have gone up a shade for sure, but we'll just have to, well, it looks like it's kind of oxidizing on my neck. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is what it looks like. So I'm going to take 2 pumps on the back of my hand again, which I think if I was using the same tool, I feel like I say this in every foundation first impression, I could probably do my whole face in 2 pumps, but because I use different tools, I feel like I have to use more product. And then I'm just going to use this Morphe M439. I think it's okay with a brush, but I think I prefer the sponge. Yeah, I think I like this foundation with the sponge more. It's not bad. I just think it looks better with the sponge. So I'm going to finish up this side with the sponge. I'm getting like a, I don't know. This foundation to me kind of smells like cologne. I don't know. It's not bad, but for some reason it smells like cologne to me. So this is what my face looks like with 4 pumps of foundation. Again, I think I could do my entire face in 2 pumps by just using the sponge. I definitely think that you could build this up to full coverage. This is pretty full coverage for me right now, although I could still see that tan streak right there. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but this looks really nice. And then here's what my skin looks like up close. So over concealer, since this foundation is pretty full coverage on my skin, I'm just going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. And then I'm just going to blend that out with my sponge. I think this foundation concealer combo looks really nice. To set my under eyes, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. under eye powder. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Lancome Translucence powder. This is in the shade 100. And I'm going to use my Morphe E41. So to brighten up like my under eyes and my concealer areas, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution White Base Powder and my Morphe M536. So this is what my skin looks like with the foundation, concealer, and powder. So I'm going to just go ahead and look up close and see what I think. I am pretty matte, but it doesn't feel heavy on my skin or anything. It feels like really comfortable. So it is 1:10. I'm going to go ahead and make that the call time, and I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to let you guys know how that went and let you know all the products that I put on my face. Well, I feel like that escalated quickly. I was just going to throw a little bit of peach eyeshadow in my crease, and then I ended up with a smoky eye. So anyways, everything went on really nice. I have no complaints, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys everything that's on my face. For bronzer, I used my L'Oreal Glam Bronze in the shade 02. For blush, this is my new favorite. This is the Too Faced Love Flush blush in the shade I Will Always Love You. It's like the perfect like peachy orange with like a little bit of like a gold sheen blush, especially for the summer. I think it could be like Milani Luminoso's cousin. For highlighter, I used Estee Lauder Heat Wave. So pretty. I can only wear this in the summertime though because I just get too fair in the winter and spring months, so it's like too dark for me. So I try to take full advantage over that highlighter in the summertime when I have a little bit of a tan. For my eyes, I used my Profusion Infatuation palette. I'll just quickly tell you guys the shades. I used the shade right here called Personal. Then I used Oasis Bouncy. And then to kind of like deepen up the outer V and just to make my crease a little bit darker, I went in with the shade called Daring and Outspoken. So the shade right here and then the shade right here. And then on my lid, I used this shade and that is called Whimsical. So I just kind of piled all those like peachy, tan, caramel, orange shades on top of each other, and this is the eye look that I came up with. For my brows, I used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde. Then I used this ColourPop brow pencil that I don't know the name of. Then I used my Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Blondie Brows. To set my brows, I used my Model in a Bottle eyebrow sealer. For my lips, I used ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Skimpy. And then on top, I went in with this Bare Minerals Cookie Matte Liquid Lipstick. This does transfer though, and I do plan on eating lunch here in a little bit, so I figured I would just wear something so that if I messed it up, I could just like reapply it. Then for lashes, I used my Maybelline Lash Sensational Waterproof Mascara because I don't plan on wearing any falsies today. And then I just threw a little bit of NYX Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil on my waterline. I believe that's it. So I'll see you guys back here in about 4 hours for my first check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my 4-hour check-in. It's 4:52 right now. I'm getting ready to run some errands, so I am like 20 minutes early, but everything still looks really nice. I don't need to powder anything. Here's just a close-up after almost 4 hours of wear. About to go outside and sweat my butt off, so that always helps put foundation to the test. So we'll see what it looks like here again in another 4 hours, because that means I will have had this foundation on for 8 hours. Hey guys, so I'm back for my 8-hour check-in. It is 9:05 right now, and everything still looks pretty good. I think I could probably powder my forehead. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. But other than that, my cheeks still look really good. My skin is still like a satin matte. I think even around here looks good. Normally when I wear foundation, especially if I'm like eating and drinking throughout the day, like around here gets kind of like, not cakey, but like, what's the word that I want? It starts to like break apart on my chin, and it didn't, so that's good. So I am just going to go ahead and powder. I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade 220. I'm going to powder, and then I'm going to use this NYX Bear With Me multitasking spray. This is like a refreshing spray. Just applying a little bit of powder and that spray kind of makes it look like I just applied it all over again, even though I didn't really need to do that, but now it just looks nice and fresh again. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this on for another 2 hours, and then I will be back for my final check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my final check-in. It's 11:12. So I've had this foundation on for 10 hours, and I think it still looks really good. It wasn't too matte for my dry skin. It was perfect. And again, I did use like a hydrating primer, and I also set the foundation with a powder, so you can always manipulate the foundation with whatever primer you use, and then if you choose to set it or not. So I think with me setting it and then using a hydrating primer like really helped prep my skin and make it last for 10 hours. I think it looks so nice. So this is what my skin looks like up close after 10 hours. So I would definitely recommend this e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation for sure. I do wish that I had just like maybe like 2 shades darker than this. So I think I might kind of like lay off this shade until I'm like done getting in the pool and then my tan starting to fade away, because I think I made it work, but it is like 2 shades like lighter than like the rest of my body. But I do really like this. I think this is a really nice foundation, a really nice affordable foundation for dry skin. So that concludes this foundation first impression and wear test. Let me know if you've tried out this foundation in the comments below and what you think. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.